It is 8:14 p.m. for Friday, October 17th. I just spent a good hour and a half figuring out a schedule for next spring, which I think I found like a pretty decent one. The only thing is that there's a Principles in Data Science course that I actually really want to take because I'm very interested in data science at the current moment. That starts at 8:10 in the morning, which just sucks in general, but other than that, it seems pretty chill. That just took me a long time because you just getting everything out there, and it's just a lot of searching. And I had to also make like a backup schedule that also works, that is pretty good as well for alternate classes. So that's cool. There's also a little bit of a worry about because they said you have to take a placement exam for all the Japanese courses, and I should be taking like the fourth semester of Japanese, and I don't know how those like translate from institution to institution, so we'll have to figure out. I have to take the exam, but I can't tell if that's only for that institution's students who want to go over or who have not taken classes before, because I've taken up to three semesters, like third semester, and on the third one I'm taking right now is Intermediate Japanese 1. And so logically, the next step I'll take is Intermediate Japanese 2, which is, it just kind of makes sense in my mind, but I know that some institutions just do not overlap like that. Some of them are worse, some of them are better on just how they do it. But I think it should be fine. I just sent an email just being like, hey, I see that I have to take a placement exam. When? Because I theoretically this is the logical leap, but I don't really know how you guys handle it. But yeah, I'm chilling with that. And then, I'm going to probably go back to my room. I'm not going to work out today. I just don't particularly want to. And I feel fine with that because I have just been, I've been doing things, but it's also it's 8:16 right now. If I go work out, I feel like I would just work out way too late. Now that I'm saying it out loud, there's a very high chance that I actually just go and work out right now, but I don't really want to, because then tomorrow I'll do more workouts. Sunday I can work out, and I don't know. I'll figure it out when I get there. It's just because I woke up early today so I could do that oral exam, which actually went surprisingly fine. It went by fast. I felt like I was talking fine. There were some things I didn't know how to say. My professor asked me about my history class because I told her I'm taking a Korean history class, and I'm like, oh yeah, the class is it's a short class because, and I'm like, I have no idea how to say that my professor is pregnant, so I just kind of sensei, and just kind of mimed very pregnant, and she understood, but it was really weird. That was the only thing, and then. I am my friends aren't going through their Minecraft phase right now, but I am very much so going through my Minecraft phase right now. And after class, I did happen to spend maybe an hour and a half, maybe closer to 2 hours, figuring out how to do an automatic on and off nether portal. And because I just have it in the open, I don't want it to have, I've built it in a structure and I have this and that. The nether portals in my base that go to the nether roof don't actually have this issue, but it's the ones on the ground that just kept spawning pigmen, and I just didn't really want that. So I made a pressure plate system where you would walk on it, it would first turn off the nether portal, and an observer can detect when another portal is broken. It does not detect when it's turned on, which is really annoying, but it detects when it's turned off. So if it isn't turned off, nothing happens, and then it'll just turn off, wait a little bit, and then light it. And I can easily do that with dispensers, like a dispenser to dump a water bucket and take it back really quickly, and another one just to dump to use flint and steel and do that. But the trickiest part was how do I get it to turn off without having a second pressure plate? And I found that if you walk over the pressure plate, the portal turns off, and then this is also a really bad way to do it. I'm not good at Redstone, but I can understand the processes. It's coding. It's the lowest level of coding there is. And so I just made it so that an observer checked when the thing happened, and a block is pushed over a redstone signal, which blocks it for the turning it back on. And what's really interesting is that I tried to use a sticky piston, but because an observer only goes for one tick and you can't really prolong it that much, or I didn't really want to do a prolonging because it takes a lot of space and I just didn't have it. But it's I don't think it would work for the application. So what I did is that at the beginning of each thing, the block is pushed away from it using a separate piston. And if the portal is broken, it gets pushed back on. And that sounds kind of dumb, but it actually works really well. And it also uses a system where if you stand on the pressure plate, it used to just fully keep the thing pushed off. But I made it so that it's dependent on the detection of when the water gets turned on and off. So it does a weird little double piston push, but it only happens twice and then it's off. So it pushes it out and then stops. And then if the portal is broken, then there's a little bit of a delay, and then the block is then pushed over it. And since there's even more delay going into the lighting portal over the redstone, because I use a lot of repeaters, then it gets blocked, the signal gets blocked, and the block just stays there. And so then the next time you go over it, it will turn back on. And so it's actually pretty great because I think it's just really, really cool that I was able to get that to work. Because there's a lot of systems where you just have it based on a lever, but I wanted it to be based on a pressure plate, and that was a little bit different because it needed to work two systems at the same time. And there's no binary state. It's not an on or an off like a switch would be, where I saw a very simple one where I took the redstone for the water placement for breaking the portal, but that is working on a binary on and off situation. When it's on, the portal is broken. When it's off, portal is on. But this one, because I couldn't use a binary system, it had to be a lot more complicated because it was literally just a one impulse. And it essentially made an and check. Well, it more so made a check like, if portal broken, then do not turn on. If portal not broken, turn on. So that's kind of what it is. It was essentially just a really complicated if statement, which was fun to do, and I'm probably going to go back and I'll do some more building. But I don't know, I've just been having some fun with that. So I'm going to either go to the gym or not go to the gym right now. But I think I've done everything that I can for the abroad program currently for classes. And then I have a Japanese project that I'll figure out tomorrow. ComSci, figure out tomorrow. Data science, I think I'll do my normal lab on Saturday. Homework on Sunday work. And then I will do in my other off time, either the Japanese homework that I have to do or the transcript that I'll have to do. And I just have to do some other things with that for the history course. But right now, the history course is done. ComSci, there's going to be a little bit of a lull. And Japanese, I think I'll just have a test 2 weeks from now. But I don't know, I'm chilling for now. And since I'm not playing the next two games, I'll heal, I think. So, yeah, I'll be I'll be either working out or not working out now.